watching WXIA-TV, Atlanta's Emmy Award winner for Best Newscast, Atlanta's News Channel. This is 11 News Tonight.
For some Atlanta school teachers, the 3 R's are reading, writing, and raises. And without the raise, they say forget the reading and the writing too. Good evening, I'm Kimberly Kennedy.
And I'm Dennis Douda. So will the teachers play hooky? After all, more than 500 of them threatened to sick out tomorrow over money. The math is simple, but the solution is not. Atlanta teachers want to promise 6% pay hike. If they don't show up, though, how will it affect your child? Nina Jimenez reports.
At an Atlanta school-related event on Sunday, teachers wouldn't comment about a threatened district-wide sick-out. School administrators say hundreds of teachers have threatened to call in sick Monday morning. Aaron Watson, president of Atlanta School Board.
But we're prepared to handle whatever comes up. We're going to take care of the young people. We're going to make sure they're safe, and we're going to make sure that they learn.
The sick-out is threatened because of a 6% pay raise some teachers say they aren't getting. The state legislature approved the raise, but school officials say legislators didn't give the district enough money for a 6% increase for its 3,500 teachers. Teachers whom administrators say already make 40% more than the average state salary. So can students count on having a teacher when they walk into the classroom on Monday morning? Well, apparently Atlanta schools have already placed substitute teachers on alert. They reportedly have some 1,300 substitute teachers to draw from.
Most of our teachers, as I said, are dedicated employees and dedicated professionals. And they'll be here because they love the kids and they love their jobs on Monday morning. And I expect that after Monday, we'll go back to doing the best we can for the young people in this city.
Over the weekend, reaction by parents to the reported sick-out was mixed.
Teachers should have a raise. It's time. I mean, they put up with a lot of stuff. You know, they don't have to, but they do. And it's time for them to get a raise.
I think they need to shut up and let these children get an education.
Just how good of an education this week at this point will depend on just how well teachers are feeling over the money they make. Dennis?
All right, thank you, Nina.
2 teenagers are dead after an accident tonight in southeast Atlanta. 4 other people were hurt when their car overturned and wound up against a power pole on McWilliams Road about 2 hours ago. The 2 teenagers killed are aged 16 and 18. Their names haven't been released yet. 2 of the injured men are in stable condition. The other 2 are still being examined. DeKalb police have a suspect in jail tonight in connection with the kidnapping of 3 young women and the rape of one of them. Police say he kidnapped the women in the parking lot of a nightclub on Columbia Drive. Police say he eventually released 2 of the women, but forced the 3rd to a nearby home where she was attacked. He released her at a nearby gas station. Police say several leads led them to the arrest of 21-year-old Jarvis Washington of Decatur. A fatal police shooting in DeKalb County claims the life of this man. 2 police officers say 36-year-old Reginald Millsap rammed a police car when they tried to pull him over for suspected drunk driving. Police say at East Ponce de Leon he tried to run over them again. They say they had no choice but to open fire. His passenger was wounded. She's in stable condition tonight. Police are investigating.
Atlanta police say a shooting tonight appears to be a drug buy gone bad. Police say the victim is one of 2 men allegedly making a drug buy in northwest Atlanta. Officers say the victim drove off with the drugs without paying for them. About 150 yards later, someone shot him. The 25-year-old Atlanta man is in critical condition tonight at Grady. Police say they have no suspects. In Cobb County today, the Reverend Jesse Jackson takes aim at House Speaker Newt Gingrich. Jackson's Rainbow Coalition kicked off a 3-day march to protest the Republicans' contract with America. But as Beth Galvin explains, the Speaker of the House is firing back in this war of words.
We shall overcome someday.
They sing and they stop traffic right in the heart of Gingrich country.
I'm marching for the children to get their lunch programs back. I'm marching to knock down Newt's contract on America.
What I got out of March today was togetherness, that I know that other people are concerned as well as I am about what's going on.
Pulled together by Jesse Jackson's Rainbow Coalition, the marchers have their own agenda, but share a distrust of Gingrich and the Republican contract with America.
He's been doing a lot of talking for the last 4 months. The people are beginning to talk back now.
I think if you spent 3 days building houses for Habitat for Humanity, you'd be a lot more productive. I think the age of publicity stunts is over.
Gingrich didn't seem fazed by Jackson as he spent Sunday dedicating a Habitat for Humanity house he and his supporters built for a low-income family.
This is the greatest day of our lives.
The Speaker of the House says Jackson needs to wake up and realize this is the 90s.
I think the techniques that were very vital to end segregation are, frankly, a distraction when you're trying to end poverty. What we have to do is help children do homework. We have to help families have a chance to get into a house. We have to help create jobs.
He's trying to unravel the civil rights with civil wrongs. We want minimum wage raise. It's the way to work your way off of welfare. We want Gingrich to stop the hate, the hurt, the hostility, and the divisiveness.
For now, the march is winding down, but tomorrow the activists say they'll be back.
We got to march, you know, to get our message across that we have something to say.
Beth Galvin, 11 News.
Tomorrow, the marchers will head from Cobb County to Atlanta's Piedmont Hospital. Then on Tuesday, their 30-mile journey ends at the tomb of Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
Former Defense Secretary and Wisconsin Congressman Les Aspin has died. Aspin suffered a massive stroke yesterday, and his condition continued to deteriorate. Aspin served in the Congress for 22 years and was chairman of the House Armed Services Committee when President Clinton tapped him to head the Pentagon. He was later forced to resign. Les Aspin dead tonight at the age of 56. Scientists at the Atlanta-based CDC are hoping humans who have contracted the Ebola virus and survived will provide clues to help them find a cure. Ebola kills 80% of the people who contract it, but there are some strains of the virus that aren't fatal to humans who contract it. Doctors say the blood of those humans could contain antibodies to the virus.
Federal investigators continue to gather evidence against Oklahoma City bombing suspect Timothy McVeigh. And tonight, sources say McVeigh's Army buddy, Michael Fortier, has admitted knowing ahead of time that McVeigh planned to blow up the federal building. Investigators have interviewed Fortier in Oklahoma City, and they say he may face charges related to the explosion as well. O.J. Simpson's defense team will start this week trying to discredit damaging DNA evidence. A prosecution DNA witness testified Nicole Simpson's blood was on a pair of O.J. Simpson's socks. The defense will argue the DNA lab cannot prove how it got there. It will suggest the evidence was tampered with or contaminated. While the DNA evidence is damaging, there are some experts who are wondering if the jury might be so overwhelmed by it that it might reject the whole thing.
Remember John Wayne Bobbitt?
Well, later on 11 News, a similar story of a wife who allegedly took revenge not with a knife, but another weapon.
Does it make you angry that women pay more than men for some of the same things? My cover story takes you inside the salon for some answers.
If you were to line up end to end all the luxury sports sedans that come standard with a 170 horsepower engine, power windows, power door locks, power moonroof, plus both driver's and passenger side airbags for around $20,000, you'd have one. The Acura Integra Sports Sedan. Lease the new 1995 Acura Integra RS Coupe for just $199 a month at your Metro Atlanta Acura dealer.
Today we're at the Eagle Test Drive sale along with Vicki Edmondson.
I'm just checking out this Talon deal. The commute is really getting to me in my Acura.
I could see you in an Eagle Talon.
Yeah, I could too. 140 horses, double wishbone suspension.
Well, aren't we speedy?
Woo! This Talon deal is unbelievable.
So's the traffic out there.
Test drive a Talon at your Jeep and Eagle dealer or call us.
We talked to small businesses all over the South and heard that sometimes business runs like this, and sometimes business runs like this. We've come up with a solution. Backup Line from Southern Bell Small Business Services. It's designed to back up your regular business line when you're busy, pay for calls when you're hot, and save when you're not. Call 1-800-WE-HEAR-YOU for Backup Line from Southern Bell Small Business Services. Watch how we're listening.
10 more days to deal. Now through May 30th for 10 days only at your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer. Special allocations pre-marked to move. Like $1,000 cash back on Plymouth Voyager and Grand Voyager. Or get up to $2,100 in package values and rebates. Plus, make no monthly payments for 90 days. Or choose 4.9% financing for 10 days only. 10 more days to deal at your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer now.
Adoption advocates in Chicago top our news around the nation tonight. They were protesting the outcome of the Baby Richard custody case. They want the Supreme Court to review the decision which sent Baby Richard to his birth parents after 4 years in his adopted home. Here's a story guaranteed to grab front page supermarket tabloids. It's reminiscent of the John Bobbitt case. A Florida man was shot in the you-know-what by his estranged wife. Donald Wayne Tackett was found shot twice in Cape Coral, Florida, once in the penis. His wife, Wendy Tackett, is charged with attempted murder. Mr. Tackett, he's on painkillers and scheduled for surgery.
Would you pay more for your shirt to be laundered or your hair to be cut just because you're a woman? It sounds ridiculous, but more often than you think, it's true.
How you want your shirt done?
It happens at the dry cleaners.
Do you like it? I do. I'll get it.
It happens at the fragrance counter. Women pay more. But nowhere is it more prominent than when it comes to getting clipped.
Well, she's going to pay more for the haircut because it's more than just a haircut. It's a complicated. Texturizing is what is all about a haircut of the 80s and 90s. It's not just a haircut, it's a feeling.
That feeling will cost her about $20 more than this man.
I just need a trim most of the time. I'm not looking for a brand new style or something that's like a whole afternoon experience. I just need to come in, get a haircut, and get back to work.
Time seems to be the answer to paying less.
We know men and women are different, but with my male clients, to them this is like they've got a to-do list of things they've got to do each day. Getting their hair cut, they just want to get in and get out. They really aren't here for a luxury treatment. Our women come in, they want to be taken care of. They want service. They want a luxurious shampoo. They want someone to style and make their hair beautiful.
Pampering and quality are reasons Libby Gillespie says she's willing to pay more.
When I think about it, it gets very frustrating. But yet, what can I do about it? If I want the good services, if I want to take care of myself, you have to pay for it.
Not so, say the experts.
There's almost a social stigma of being cheap. I always tell my students it's chic to be cheap. You know, don't go into the marketplace and assuming that if you pay more, you're going to get more.
This is what you'll find at Great Clips, an a la carte menu that no matter what sex you are, you pay the same price.
I have several people that come from several other high-priced salons. They come in, they sit down, we treat them the way we normally treat our customers, and they keep coming back. So they like the value of the $10.
Jennifer Watkins says that though she pays less, she is not giving up quality. One way she does that is by skipping the shampoo.
And I get a better quality haircut here and a far better price.
All the hairstylists we talk with told us the same thing. If you want to pay less, you should not demand more. When you call for your appointment, tell them you want to skip the shampoo and the blow dry. Many salons will let you blow dry your own hair if you just ask them. Coming up tomorrow night at 11, paying more at the dry cleaners. What you should know before you drop off your next load of laundry. We pay more than you.
You do? You want to tell me how much you paid for your last haircut?
I do not.
You do not.
But I guarantee it was more than you did.
I bet
because your wife cut yours.
And it's all free, see? It may look free, but that's the way that goes. Hey, still to come, the life and loves of Liz. There is more to Liz Taylor's life than what you saw in tonight's movie. Some of the details coming up.
And the Show Me State would like to be the Show Some Sunshine. Bonnie?
And one thing that costs the same for men and women is the weather. In fact, it's free. And I'll tell you all about it coming up.
You work hard to own a $30,000 luxury car. Finally, there's a company that works just as hard to build one. Introducing the extraordinary i30. Through innovative technology and revolutionary design, Infiniti has created a car that offers you the flagship styling, space, and performance you deserve. And as you can see, hard work has its rewards.
The most music is on B98.5 FM.
In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep.
Absolutely the most music in the morning, at work, in your car. B98.5 100.5 FM, the best mix of yesterday and today. Monday at 6 on 11 News.
What do we want?
Justice!
What are these people doing? It's part of the wave of controversy over a new flood of immigration.
It's disgusting.
Legal and illegal. Some say they're taking jobs, and you're paying their medical care and education. Is it right?
We need to start taking care of our own and quit taking care of the rest of the world.
Where would you draw the line? In the land of opportunity. Monday at 6 on WXIA's 11 News.
Things aren't always what they seem. Sometimes you get more than you expect. Introducing the incredible i30. One look inside, and you'll be amazed at the spaciousness and attention to detail. In fact, the i30 has a larger interior than a Rolls-Royce Silver Spur. When was the last time you got more than you expected from a $30,000 luxury car?
The National Guard on alert tonight in Missouri as residents rush to hold back the rising Mississippi and Missouri rivers. The Missouri is expected to crest tomorrow near St. Louis at 12 feet over flood stage, and it could get worse. Forecasters are predicting more rain. Residents have done some heavy sandbagging in preparation.
And that's the third year in a row they've been hit by those floodwaters.
That's right. The pattern that hit in '93 had the rain actually a little bit farther north than Missouri. However, all the rain that fell eventually worked its way down the Mississippi and then affected St. Louis. And now this pattern's a little bit farther south, so it looks like St. Louis will just get the rain all by itself.
And meanwhile, we wish we had 2 more days on our weekend.
I know. This is, you know, the next couple of days you're going to wish you had off. And if you do have them off, you're going to be very happy. Outside, skies are mostly cloudy out at the airport, but they're not mostly cloudy everywhere across North Georgia. The current temperature is 78 degrees, actually. I must have drawn an 8 that looks like a 0. Relative humidity, 55%. The pressure is rising, and the winds are out of the northwest at 6 miles per hour. The high today, very pleasant, 84 degrees. The overnight low, 59. The high temperatures across Georgia were all in the 80s. 83 for Augusta, 82 in Savannah, 86 in Columbus, 86 degrees also in Columbia, South Carolina. But Montgomery takes the honors, 88 degrees for their high temperature today. Here's a look at the current temperature. 62 in Augusta right now, 83 in Montgomery, 63 in Birmingham, Alabama. Some clouds are beginning to filter in from the west, but you can see temperatures very, very balmy over the state of Georgia, even into South Carolina and Florida. Let's take a look at Skywatch 3D. And we'll start in the southeastern United States. There are some high clouds and mid-level clouds are going to be moving from west to east. I expect those clouds to be with us by morning. Then we'll head our sights on towards the Midwest and the Plain States, where you can see the cumulus clouds are puffing up all over the western United States. There's an area of low pressure right there, and there's another area of low pressure in the northeastern U.S. and a trailing cold front that connects the two. Our national satellite view, we can put this one into motion for you, and you can see the circulation around the area of low pressure in the northeast, and then again around this area of low pressure in the northern Plain States. Now, there are still some showers and thunderstorms in the Plain States, the central and northern Plain States for the most part. And there is still a possibility that some of those thunderstorms could be on the severe side. Here are those clouds that I told you about. They're going to be scooting from west to east, and I expect mostly cloudy skies across much of North Georgia by morning. Those clouds will hang around during the early morning hours, then scoot out, and we should have partly cloudy skies for the afternoon. As for the precipitation, you can pretty much see where that frontal system is, but not a whole lot of moisture associated with that system, so the showers and thunder showers are tapering off, and this precipitation moving into dry air isn't even reaching the ground. So high pressure is going to be continuing to dominate the weather in the southeast. That frontal system is still to the north of us, and that ridge of high pressure will help to push it on towards the south. But again, it's not going to be making much headway towards the south during the next couple of days. The overnight lows are going to be in the 50s and the 60s. I anticipate the airport to stay a few degrees warmer than everybody else. As for tomorrow's weather outlook, you can see there's the ridge of high pressure. It will have pushed that warm front down into the Tennessee Valley, but still a partly cloudy, warm day for us with temperatures moving well into the 80s. The Gulf begins to open up, and as that moisture flows into the Plain States, heavy rains are once again expected from Minnesota all the way back into Kansas. Then Tuesday's weather outlook, not a whole lot of changes, maybe a couple degrees cooler on Tuesday than on Monday, as that high pressure continues to push that warm front farther to the south. And then again, this frontal system in the Midwest stays there. That's why the potential for flooding is so high. And as for the temperatures tomorrow, from North Georgia all the way to the coast, temperatures are expected to reach into the 80s. In the forecast for tonight, skies are going to become mostly cloudy all over North Georgia by morning. The overnight low 64 degrees at the airport, but they could still drop into the upper 50s in the suburbs. As for Monday, becoming partly cloudy after those clouds break up in the morning, a warm day with a high around 87. Only 86 on Tuesday, but then back into the upper 80s for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. At this point, it looks like a dry week, but of course the extended outlook is always, you know, a bit of a question mark, so maybe some showers by the end of the week, but right now we'll focus on the positive.
That's right. Good idea.
Yes.
Thanks, Bonnie.
You know, she's been called the queen of movie stars, Hollywood's royalty. Liz Taylor has lived her life in the public eye, yet there is so much mystery about her that we gossip hounds just can't get enough.
I want it understood I'm more than a pretty face. Got that?
So much more, but the part most of us know comes from 4 decades of acting, 50 some motion pictures, though some of the on-screen steam was the real thing. Remember Cleopatra? That's where she fell for husband Richard Burton the first time.
Cut. Am I intruding?
Taylor's 8 marriages are the stuff of legend. Bill Pauly could have made it 9. They were engaged.
Well, I'll simply say that the studio eventually broke us up.
She was 17. He was a 28-year-old World War II pilot, a West Point football star. And rumor had it he wanted her to give up movies to keep house.
But that story is not true. I was going to later allow Elizabeth to make 2 or 3 pictures a year.
The Liz miniseries is based on this unauthorized biography. Author C. David Heyman interviewed more than 1,000 people to write it.
I know more about Elizabeth Taylor than she knows about herself. But of course, what we see is only what she allows us to see, which is really only the tip of the iceberg.
But he thinks he got under the surface of the water and can show us more of the iceberg in the miniseries. By the way, that first fiancé, Bill Pauly, says he's writing his own book now to set the record straight that he really wasn't such a controlling villain. And he says Elizabeth Taylor actually approves of his book, which she did not approve of David Heyman's book. And of course, the miniseries continues tomorrow night right here at 9 o'clock.
Well, another famous lady is in the news tonight. She's a diva in a mortarboard. A songstress goes to school.
And next in sports, John Smoltz was throwing smoke. Highlights of his dominant performance coming up.
This weekend, get $1,400 cash back or 4.99% financing on every brand new Toyota here at Atlanta Toyota. Hi, I'm Angie Stevens.
And I'm Tom Parker. Of course, we're open this evening until midnight and all weekend long until midnight with over 500 brand new Toyotas with your choice of $1,400 cash back or 4.99 financing. And here's how it saves you money, folks. Brand new 95 Camry LEs priced this weekend at $16,988. Automatic, air conditioning, power windows, power locks, power antenna, and cruise control. Folks, there are 15 to choose from at that same price this weekend. Choose from 20 brand new 95 Corollas. Automatic or 5-speed, your choice, air conditioning and more, $12,288. Brand new 95 Tercel, starting at only $89.88. That's how cashback saves you money. The all-new Tacoma pickups, 10 to choose from this weekend at just $10,988. That's volume selling here at Atlanta Toyota.
And remember, we have the largest selection and the lowest prices of all Toyota dealers in the Southeast.
All clearly marked this weekend for hassle-free shopping. See for yourself this weekend at Atlanta Toyota in Gwinnett.
This is a Jeep Wrangler. This is a mountain bike. This is a pair of inline skates. And of course, a Sony Walkman radio. Amazing, but true. Just find this instant win certificate inside specially marked 12 packs of Miller beer. You could instantly win one of over 10,000 prizes we're giving away this summer. Ooh, now that's a contest. And remember, Georgia, it's not just summertime, it's Miller time.
Ooh, pretty car. Is it a Mazda 6260X? Has it got air conditioning, dual airbags? Ah, AM/FM cassette stereo? A 60/40 split fold-down rear seat, and Mazda's 50,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, and a 28-month lease for just $199 a month. Can I borrow it? Oh, come on. I'll let you use your clippers.
Lease the Mazda 6260X for just $199 a month for 28 months.
Seems like our Braves are on something of a roll.
I think they are, and you got to give some credit to the bullpen. We kind of hammered them the last few games, but I think they stepped up and did the job today. After today's pitching performance, John Smoltz now leads the National League in strikeouts. Today he fanned 7 en route to help the Braves sweep 3 from those Marlins. Smoltz would get all the run support that he needed in the first with the bases loaded. Dave Justice doubles down there in the right corner. Jeff Blauser and Fred McGriff scored to make it 2-0. Gary Sheffield is sent packing after Smoltz delivers there. In the fourth, Chipper Jones gets the blooper to drop. Mark Lemke and Smoltz come in to score, and it's 4-zip Atlanta in the driver's seat. Smoltz had a no-hitter headed into the sixth, but this double took away his hopes of pitching a no-no for the Braves. Javier Lopez is still swinging the hot stick. Lopez adds some insurance with his 5th home run of the season. Braves win 5-1 and have won 6 of their last 7.
My fastball has been my key. I can throw that in an area whenever I want to that area and freely, and that's been the biggest change in my game. He has no signs of elbow problems whatsoever. He's 100% healthy and could have gone 9 today maybe, but too early in the season to go that many pitches and coming off an arm operation. That's one of the reasons he came out of the games.
Now everybody got to get in hot, and as you see, the team's playing great. The pitchers are getting back. Now they pitched 9 innings. And I guess we got the team that we were looking for right now.
To the National League scoreboard, Philadelphia wins Colorado by 3 over Cincinnati. Montreal falls to Houston. Chicago is a winner. St. Louis needs 13 innings to beat San Francisco, and Pittsburgh 6-1 over San Diego. In the American League, Boston falls to Cleveland. Baltimore falls to New York. Seattle over Minnesota 5-2. California beats Chicago. Oakland by 5 over Kansas City, and Texas takes care of Milwaukee. Finally, it's Detroit by 1 over those Toronto Blue Jays. In the NBA, Patrick Ewing of the New York Knicks called Game 7 against Indiana the most disappointing moment in his 10-year NBA career. Reggie Miller of the Pacers had the game he needed if Indiana were to win. Miller with 3 of his 29 points. New York used the 1-2 punch of Patrick Ewing and John Starks to stay in the hunt. Starks with 3 of his 16 for the Knicks. Ewing powered in 29 for New York. This jumper late in the fourth ties the game at 86 all. Unsung hero Rick Smits scored 19 for Indiana. Pacers they lead by 7. With 35 seconds left on the clock, John Starks hits the 3 from the corner to pull New York to within 2. Now time running down, needing only 2 to tie. Ewing goes for the tie, but the finger roll won't fall. Pacers win Game 7, 97-95 over the Knicks, and will face Orlando in the Eastern Conference Finals. At the Brickyard, it was a disappointing day for Team Penske. The first time since 1969, car owner Roger Penske will not have an entry in the Indianapolis 500. On the final day of qualifying, defending champion Al Unser Jr. and 2-time winner Emerson Fittipaldi failed to make the 33-car field. Fittipaldi's speed of 224.907 miles per hour actually makes him the first alternate for next Sunday's race, but he's not counting on getting in.
Well, that's very, very disappointing to me.
Now you watch and wait?
I think I'll be watching a race on TV at home.
Like everybody else, including myself. At Road Atlanta, the Formula USA motorcycles took to the track, and we've got the highlights to prove it. To the delight of the crowd, the race turned out to be a hometown victory for #1 Jefferson, Georgia's Dave Sadowski. The defending series champ swept both 12-lap FUSA races to take the overall victory on the day. In the winner's circle, Ski made it a family affair as his 2 sons shared in on the victory. Well, it took 10 gutsy rounds, but 2-time heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield beat Ray Mercer. Now, Evander wants to join Muhammad Ali and become the 2nd fighter ever to win the title 3 times. Last night in Atlantic City, Holyfield and Ray Mercer went toe-to-toe, but it was the 8th round when Holyfield did his most damage. Evander was on his way to a unanimous decision victory.